Welcome to Southern California, the South Bay and Manhattan Beach Pier to be exact. It's time for the 2022 AVP Manhattan Beach Open. Some of the most knowledgeable fans in the world and a player favorite, no question. Hello and welcome inside Stadium Court. I'm Dane Glenn alongside Cameron Irwin, and we're bringing you all the action. Have the women taking over center court right now. A crazy matchup, 1 versus 5. But talk about this environment. It has been off the hook. There is line out the door, and no one can even get in.
The figurative door? Yes, absolutely. This stadium has been packed all day long, and you have to love the energy, especially heading into the quarterfinals. We'll see both the women's and men's side to close out Saturday, and these teams are fighting for something that's so prestigious, the title on the Manhattan Beach Pier. It's the end-all, be-all for beach volleyball players.
No question about it. Let's go down to the sand for the introductions to Mark Sherman.
It is that time. We have had a great time so far, but now the winners bracket finals, the best of the best, make it to this point. Manhattan Beach, how y'all feeling right now? Yes, I am too. Now let's meet the competitors looking to make the cut, shall we? Looking to make it to the semifinals. This first player, she comes from Switzerland, from Canada. Now she's here in the USA, and she is oh so much fun to watch. Call sign Triple Threat. Let me hear it for Brandy Wilkerson. And her partner from right here in the sunny South Bay. She has become a favorite over the last 4 years. She was phenomenal in high school, phenomenal in college, and she is so much fun to watch going here on the sands of Manhattan Beach. Call sign Z, it's Zana Muno. And their opponents looking locked in, ladies and gentlemen. They got their first win a couple miles down the road in Hermosa Beach. Can they do it again a couple miles up the road here in Manhattan? This first player out of Phoenix, Arizona, the national champion out of UCLA, call sign Flying Squirrel. It's Sarah Sponcil. And her partner, look at that smile. Is she ready? I think she's ready. She's a wall, she's a cannon, she can do it all, ladies and gentlemen. And when she starts to warm up, she is absolutely unstoppable. Out of Pittsburgh, New York, ladies and gentlemen, it's Therese, call sign Cannon.
Wow, the Top Gun. Look at Mark Sherman. I mean, he doesn't mess around. When he gets in character, I mean, he goes full bore right there.
I don't know about you, but I would not let him fly me in a plane.
Yeah, it's kind of sketchy. Anyways, we are all set and ready to go. This is going to be an exciting one, no question about it. To your left is Cannon and Sponcil. To your right, Muno and Wilkerson. Should be an absolute battle. These two teams have played twice before, both winning one of those matchups. So this is a bit of a rubber match here, Cameron.
Oh, that nearly bounces back. Yeah, without a doubt. You gotta love the partnerships that you see between these two teams. Both incredibly dynamic. And especially Cannon and Sponcil having done some work here, already winning a title this season. And then there's the physicality on the other side of Wilkerson and Muno. I love the option. You got the southpaw on the right side. They're gonna hopefully find that multiple times throughout this match. And then the defensive wonders. I mean, between Muno and Wilkerson, you're looking at two premier defenders in the United States. Right on cue.
How about that right there? Spectacular rally to start things off, and it ends with a beautiful block by Wilkerson.
Yeah, just unreal. You know, as soon as we start talking about the defense, you see Zana Muno lay out. Then this contact from Sarah Sponcil, the same thing. And then the physicality. Brandy Wilkerson, we cannot say it enough. She jumps so well, just 5'10", but she plays like she's 6'5".
You're absolutely right. She's kind of considered an undersized blocker, but I don't know if that's really the case.
That's not the case whatsoever.
And whatever it is, she makes up for it with her vertical.
And we got all the Top Gun signs out here. Of course, having some fun with the movie Maverick getting released soon. At least in terms of your availability at home.
Yeah, have you seen Maverick?
Oh, like twice. If not more.
You watch it twice a day?
Twice a day. I love that movie. Well, I love the original too, but.
Do you like the beach scene from the original?
Without a doubt.
Yeah,
and I think there were a couple former Bruins that were like body doubles for Tom Cruise, right?
Oh.
I think something like that. Yeah. I'm a big Miles Teller fan as well, so.
Wow, so you were in heaven there. As we switch sides with Wilkerson and Muno leading 5-2 as we look at the bracket right there. We're playing there on top, and then the bottom match that you see there will be at 3:30 p.m.
And another great block from Brandy. So it's not just about how high she can reach. You watch her as a blocker and watch how dynamic she is also laterally, being able to adjust to different balls, whether they're all the way to the pin or maybe she's jumping into a different zone from line to angle. The physicality is on full display, both vertically and horizontally.
Jeez, Brandy Wilkerson has started this one on fire, completely owning the net. And you know, I think that is going to be a determining factor. Who wins the battle between her and Therese Cannon?
Yeah, no, that's a great point too. Therese, a great blocker in her own right.
Zana Muno trying a little bit too sharp of an angle there, and that ball ends up out of bounds. It's 7-3 Wilkerson and Muno.
Oh, that serve. She is so, maybe she's not underrated. Maybe people talk about all the time the difficulty that is Therese Cannon's serve, but I feel like I don't talk about it enough up here in the booth because she is so talented from that service line. You'll see her rack up a few errors here and there, but she also racks up the aces. She's got a nice percentage in regards to that ratio. I'm impressed by the amount of pressure she can add with that jump float serve.
Yeah, Therese Cannon out of Pittsburgh, New York, can really get it done, as can Zana Muno, a two-time national championship in her own right at UCLA. She has been playing some of the best volleyball I have ever seen her play. Sarah Sponcil, also a two-time Olympian, going up against a former teammate in Zana Muno over at UCLA. Back set goes at Wilkerson. She's got it, but can't get that ball over the net. Spectacular rally. Love to see the duels between the blockers at the net and the defenders in the backcourt.
Yeah, and again, it's going to be an absolute defensive display between these two defenders. They both never quit on a ball, and that's what makes them so fun to watch. Zana Muno, I mean, she just churned about 30 feet of sand to be able to even chase down this second contact. Look at this. That's unbelievable effort from Zana Muno, and Sarah Sponcil does the exact same thing.
Over on two is Brandy Wilkerson. Wilkerson, born in Switzerland, moved to Canada. Her dad, Herb Johnson, is a former basketball player drafted by the Cleveland Cavs in the NBA. She actually has 3 passports, I'm told. Switzerland, the United States, as well as Canada. And so she's from definitely an athletic background. Here's Wilkerson showing her stuff at the net.
There are so few that can do what Randy does in regards to how fast she gets off the sand. Watch this elevation. Just so quick, just throws those feet right underneath of her and elevates directly above her. So impressive. Pirouetting as she does it as well. Oh.
Oh, smart right there, Zana Muno. Instead of challenging, she downshifts right there and just trickles it over the top.
Talk about the mental discipline. You get a dig like that. I'm going to tell you, as a volleyball player, all you want to do is unleash and unload on the other team and say, yeah, bring it on. As you see Zana's numbers, 6.8 digs per set on screen. But you love the discipline, knowing, hey, they're expecting that. I got this nice, quick shot over the top of the block. Beautifully done by Zana Muno.
11-7, Muno and Wilkerson with a 4-point edge. Sponcil, an opportunity to score high to the corner, and she knows exactly what to do there. Can't make many errors against Sarah Sponcil. She'll make you pay every time.
And honestly, you speak of discipline, Sarah Sponcil showing her defensive discipline right there, because she recognized, she read the poke coming out. It would have been easy to assume that ball's going to the high line, and Zana actually goes with that shot into the angle. Because of Sarah's discipline, she was able to run that down.
What a shot right there. You had Sponcil covering the line, but Zana so smart and getting that experience every time she gets out here, gets a drop shot.
Just short enough. Some of the best volleyball I have seen on the AVP Tour in 2022. Defense, offense, blocking, it doesn't matter. That was unreal.
That was spectacular right there. Back and forth, and a lot of fire coming out of Sponcil after that one. She knew how important that rally was. That's the Sky Vodka Rally of the day. And let's take a look at it right here, Cameron.
I mean, I love the effort from Sponcil there. She had a great shot, but then that ball comes quickly back over. She plays the ball airborne above her head, and next thing you know, she comes up with a shot like that down the line. The defensive play, also the blocks, pulling off and getting great contact. Zana's dig there. I mean, every single contact was so high level. Unreal.
And that's where we're at in this tournament. Such great matchups. That's the Sky Vodka Rally of the Day. Good look at Therese Cannon as she comes out after the technical timeout. Every match you have a technical timeout of the culmination of 21 points. Each team has one timeout. You don't retain that if you don't use it. It's not like you can carry it over. So if you're in any trouble, you better use that timeout, huh, Cam?
Without a doubt, they like the slide there, too.
That was nice. That's just pure athleticism right there. Zana Muno with a one-footed takeoff. I don't know. I never saw in her notes that she played hoops, but that looked like a nice little layup
middle blocker.
The slide.
The slide.
Good move by Wilkerson, and now she goes high off the top of the block. Soft blocks are really a huge component of the game. We just saw one by Brandy and then high off the block, Therese getting the soft block, but not playable.
Yeah, you see the opportunity it presents, right? Especially one that is controlled to your partner. And I like the way Zana was so mindful in that contact to lift, get low, lift that ball up to the net for an attackable swing.
In the hard angle, 0-4.
Right down the middle. Cannon positioning so important on that jump float.
And this is tough too. Look, she's going from the left side of the court or just off center. So typically that middle ball would be Zana Muno's. Zana giving the U call to Brandy as that was just off her left shoulder.
Sponcil all over this one. Good block by Wilkerson. Almost a fake by Sponcil that she was going to go over on that set.
It looked like it.
And what a shot by Therese. Sharp and accurate right on the line. Nice pass by Muno. And she tries to challenge Therese Cannon, and that doesn't work out well for Muno. Therese Cannon, one of the best blockers in the country now. At the professional level, she's come such a long way and improved her game. Finally, you know, winning in Hermosa this year, which was huge, winning her first event. And sky's the limit for Therese, and she is going to be in that mix for sure to get to Paris for the Olympics. I really like this partnership.
Yeah, and I think she's got a good person sitting right next to her, someone that's been there before, having gone to Tokyo as well, and the lessons that Sarah Sponcil was able to learn alongside Kelly Clays, now Kelly Chang. And I think these two have a fantastic relationship, not only on the volleyball court, but off the volleyball court. And I think that's something that can't be remiss at this point. Those things are so critical. Those are your X factor. Those are your chemistry elements. And this team has so much fun together. They like spending time together, and they love training together. It's one of the really fun elements to their game, and not only the dynamicness of both of them as athletes. You see the set one stats now on screen. And I can say the same thing for these two. Muno and Wilkerson seem to really enjoy spending time together, even though Wilkerson's playing internationally with Sophie Bukovac and traveling all over the world alongside her. Anytime these two get back together, it's actually more so the trio. Sophie has been tagging along as well. So they got a nice little squad and crew to get them through the AVP season.
Wilkerson with a roll shot, and you're right, Wilkerson played with Sophie Bukovac, got second in that World Championships earlier, nearly winning, and Bukovac has been on tour with them since. I saw her in Fort Lauderdale, Atlanta, she's here, she'll be in Chicago. She's keeping an eye out on her partner, taking notes, I guess. It's kind of a fun tour to be on, always some great venues to play at. None better than right here in Manhattan Beach. There's another beautiful dig by Zana. And she roll shots that one into the net. Trying to be a little too accurate with a short shot, and all of a sudden, it's 15-14.
That set might have fallen a little inside for Zana as well. A little bit tighter than she needs against a block like Cannon. That's just up and over the block. And it's interesting too, because I feel like so many times the blocker, you're so used to a similar like timing of an attacker, right? And because Brandy Wilkerson is so fast off the sand, it almost throws off your blocking timing that much more. You have to either go, I guess you go up earlier, or maybe wait a second and go up faster at the end. It kind of throws you off.
Yeah, I mean, all that is Brandy Wilkerson's game is a little bit unorthodox, a little different, right? The way she does some of the stuff with her left hand, the way she waits, that she's such a good blocker because of her vertical leap, so she has to kind of wait to get to that height. And it's hard to adjust to it, and today she's really on fire with her timing, and she's got a ton of experience as well, playing in those Olympic Games, looking to go back and do the same with Sophie Bukovic in 2024 in Paris. Paris just right around the corner. Brandy Wilkerson, also her mom an athlete. Stephanie, a Swiss national runner and a two-time Ironman finalist. So talk about having that athleticism in your blood with your mom and your dad being very athletic.
There's that delay block like you mentioned.
Great call, I thought, right there. Can't lift the ball open hand. It can't stick that long. Here's the block.
Yeah, you can see just the way it takes a second to develop, right? Because she has to get up so high, but it definitely changes the timing. And another. Can she get there? Oh my goodness! Therese Cannon!
17-18 is crunch time here in set number 1.
Huge hit right there. Look at that big hit on the right side.
I mean, the first ball that got over, good job on Wilkerson, but this swing, I mean, there was something else on that ball from Therese Cannon.
Well, it's interesting. They're getting a little frustrated by getting blocked by Wilkerson, so they're turning up the heat. You saw Sponcil rip it, and then you saw Therese rip it. But you have to be careful when you start challenging the block with big hits. That means that ball could come back
so quickly, right back at you.
Make you even more angry.
Brandy Wilkerson already has 2 blocks and 3 control blocks in set 1.
Oh, that is an easy play. Oh, and Wilkerson completely misses that one out of bounds. It was kind of a tough
Angle
180 turn, but the ball coming over is like a free ball for Muno. Sarah Sponcil winning her first event just a month ago in Hermosa.
That's crafty.
Yeah, Zana Muno looking for her first win. How cool would that be if it were here in Manhattan? Wilkerson also winless on the AVP. Set point for Wilkerson. And Muno, but not just yet, says Sarah Sponcil. It's 19 serving 20, so just receive, serve, get a side out if you're Muno and Wilkerson, and set 1 is yours. Tough serve by Cannon. Here comes Muno, and she tries to roll it line and misses it. It's hard to line up that right side with that right hand and hit it accurately. She misses just by a couple inches.
Man, that is as close as it gets. You like the idea, but there was a lot that had to go right for her to find that sideline.
No touch on the block, and just like that, 2 points are given up. So from 20 to 19, now the tables have been turned. Cannon and Sponcil now have set point, 21-20. Tough serve to Muno, who switched to the right. Her shot's dug. Sponcil's gonna have an opportunity. Wilkerson says not yet. Here comes Cannon, and the smart shot down the line. The finesse gets Cannon and Sponcil the first set victory.
Muno and Wilkerson are not happy right now. They put themselves in such a solid position to take set number 1. You can imagine there's going to be some fire coming from that umbrella after this.
Absolute fire. That one went back and forth. Cannon and Sponcil taking a break.
Those radio gym shorts that you have from college, they're done. Get them out of here. It's time to upgrade your short game with the one from Fabletics Men.
We love them. Your girlfriend will be stealing these. They're the best.
This fabric fixes another major issue, fit.
It's got this crazy stretch to it that looks so cute when I do my yoga or errands or like literally anything. They're the most comfortable, best feeling luxe-tastic fabric that we have ever worn.
Dear Mainland, aloha. My brother and I hear lots of you have discovered a real Hawaiian favorite, Big Wave Golden Ale. That's the good kind of stuff, yeah, bro. Maybe it's the island flavor that makes each sip taste like a little vacation.
Got your beers here.
That's a whole lot of little vacations right there, huh, brother? That's like a big vacation. Retirement. One life, right? Mahalo. Big Wave Golden Ale from Kona Brewing.
Beautiful Manhattan Beach for the 2022 Manhattan Beach Gold Series Open. And fans are having a blast here, as are the players. Cannon and Sponcil winning the first set of this one here at Stadium Court. And Top Gun theme all day long here in the sky.
Oh yeah, you gotta love everybody coming out as aggressively as you possibly can for the Manhattan Beach Open, because why not? We've also got the Skyball competition also happening on Stadium Court. There's all sorts of stuff happening in the sky, why not?
Yeah, check out the flags, though. The wind's starting to pick up. It's actually kind of coming from the south. So we'll keep an eye on a good side, bad side. But this court is somewhat protected because a very vertically built arena is cutting the wind down considerably.
Yes, that is fair. I also think there's one way in which the wind is still coming through the intersection between two of these bleachers, though, as it's coming up through the south. It's
I don't think it's having a big effect, though. Not yet. Do you?
As you see the numbers on screen, and I will say not so much in this match, but I felt like the last match on Stadium Court, you also started to recognize there was a little bit more of a good side, bad side. Some of those sets getting pulled off the net. Maybe it's died down a little bit since then.
Yeah, blocks and control blocks just about even there. But you're absolutely right. Here in Southern California, traditionally in the afternoons, the wind does pick up. It usually kind of comes from the northwest and comes across the court, making the south side usually the good side because you can serve into that wind. But the wind changes and you got to have some real-time decisions. Hitting percentage relatively close, not relatively that great on either squad. 241 as opposed to 207. A couple of blocks on each side, and that's why we went into overtime that first set, 22-20, and I don't expect anything less here in set number 2. If you're just joining us, I'm Dane Bland, joined with Cameron Irwin. Women's competition, Stadium Court Survival Saturday. Trying to make it to Championship Sunday. The dream of every player.
There's not an empty seat in this place.
There's a line at each entrance. There was at least 200 people in each corner waiting to get in when I walked around. Yeah, and a lot of people just saying, nah, it's not going to happen.
Good thing we got some outer court action happening as well.
And there's an outer jumbotron out there.
I know, that's one of my favorite elements. People sitting around just watching all together. So fun. Oh! You tricked her, but she's still fast enough to get there. Are you serious? Brandy Wilkerson, come on. Like, look at this. She gets faked out by the set. She even jumps and still makes it back to block.
Incredible play, showing her athleticism. And this time, Therese Cannon, inside set, goes inside out. Nice line shot. Muno, Wilkerson up 3-2 here. They have the pressure on them since they lost that first set. Maybe have to take a little more risks. But Brandy Wilkerson really patrolling the net. Set to the outside. Wilkerson blocks that one. And Sponcil unleashes. That's dug by Muno. Again, Wilkerson just not letting the ball cross the court. That was a risky play going cross body, but Wilkerson doesn't get it, so give credit to Cannon for the hit.
You know what I do really like on the side of Cannon and Sponcil is, yes, you have a great dynamic blocker on the other side of the net, but there's no panic in their game, right? They're just recycling those balls back out, doing a nice job with the cover plays and giving themselves second chance opportunities. And I like Cannon also finding one of their own.
Therese, that was a little dynamic and athletic play, reaching outside of her body and throwing it down. Some spectacular blocks, but I agree with you. There's definitely no panic in Cannon and Sponcil's game when they're getting rejected, and all those jumps throughout the rally. We'll see if it takes its toll on Wilkerson.
That's the right call. See the total level of blocks as well as control blocks. Reaching again, you mentioned it, taking the ball outside of her body. She gets that one, quick feet, same thing, solid reach to her right side.
Really great disciplined moves by Cannon. She's like, I'm gonna get into this block party that's going on here, show you what I can do. There's Sponcil with that heavy heat that she has and possesses, but she doesn't use it that often.
No, she doesn't have to because she has such great court vision, right? She has the ability to stay in system with a great first contact. Therese Cannon does a nice job setting her up, but she definitely has an arm when she wants it.
Great pass by Muno. Cannon again, and now the hit. Oh, this is a free ball for Cannon. Will she unleash the cannon? She tries, and it pays. She pays for challenging. You saw that coming, right? A lot of heat coming from the Cannon Sponcil side. And that time, Wilkerson got it, but we're getting some spectacular rallies.
I mean, the block defense, the exchange right there from Wilkerson in the backcourt. It's hard to notice what to really highlight in this highlight reel. I just love the way Brandy goes up and again closes out those hands. She kind of has this unique technique where she goes wide to narrow on that block and closes the ball down.
I like that high shot by Cannon. Right there, picking her spots, hitting that corner. (7-4) Cannon and Sponcil. Continue to go to Zana Muno. And that's another 1-foot takeoff for her. Seems very comfortable with that type of an approach. Oh, now that was a sliver, an alley.
I honestly don't know how that ball just fit between the block and the antenna. Did she shrink it?
Yeah, there was nothing. No room for error here. Look at this. Call that a little alley. I called it, she threaded the needle at one point and hit it down the alley, and earlier Rich Lamborn said, Dane, that wasn't an alley, it was like the 405 because there was like 5 feet of room. That one was a true alley.
That was, without a doubt.
Sarah Sponcil so accurate with her shots. 8-6, Cannon and Sponcil leading this one. Won the first set, looking to advance. Here comes Wilkerson. And wow, that's a high shot to get it over Therese Cannon.
Yeah, you like the contact point and the trajectory of the ball. That ball still didn't even have to go necessarily up to go down. That thing just started at a high point and trailed off. Started with a really solid serve, though, from Zana Muno, bringing the pace to the jump topspin. Sent the free ball over.
That ball down the line and just out of bounds. Just to show you how hard it is to hit that line shot accurately. Sponcil and Cannon hitting 233. Good little soft block there, but unable to control it.
Well, actually, I think she was starting to try and work that ball back to her partner, but Zana, they had the angle block and the line defense called. Zana was on her way to the high line.
That ball never cleared the net. 4 contacts is called, and Sponcil and Cannon will continue to serve here. It's 10-8. Sponcil is there. Pokey to the corner, not deep enough. Control block. Another rally going back and forth, and a little trickler. Fortunate for Zana Muno that thing even cleared the net, but she'll take it at this point, 10-9.
Just so wild to close out that point. It's almost just a sigh of relief from Zana Muno as she finishes off that rally.
Dig there, Cannon with an opportunity, and she goes down the line to score the point. So it's 11-9. Wow, we're seeing some battles not only at the net between Cannon and Wilkerson, but in the backcourt, the former UCLA teammates Sponcil and Muno. Trouble. And that will take us to 12-9. Cannon and Sponcil starting to control this one.
Yeah, and I liked it. That ace right there from Sarah Sponcil, and she looks at her partner, gives her the finger point, and says, right now. That's what you want headed into the technical timeout.
Been all about defense, a battle at the net between Wilkerson and Cannon. Check out Brandy Wilkerson getting up and over. And there, the side move by Cannon swats that ball. Very impressive, the discipline of these blockers. Really, their timing's on point. And pressing over at just the right time. And you see the battle going back and forth. I think Brandy Wilkerson started really on fire, and then now Cannon has caught fire.
And you can see that showing up in terms of the numbers right there. Therese Cannon and Brandy Wilkerson, their blocks showing up. But look at the control blocks. 12 control blocks. That's absolutely psychotic in terms of a number. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, well, that's what's I think those are those blocks that they're digging.
Yeah, and then recycling back out.
Recycling back are all being counted, and it's happened multiple times, right? Sometimes twice in a rally, two or three times. So that's hard for a blocker like Wilkerson, right? Who you block a ball, you want it to go down.
And you just have to keep going.
That ball is in.
Back-to-back aces for Sarah Sponcil.
Another great serve out of the timeout.
But mentally, that has to be exhausting on the other side, too. I'd be so frustrated, but Sponcil and Cannon show no fear in regards to those balls coming back.
Sarah Sponcil out of Phoenix, Arizona. Such a smart player, such an intense competitor as well. 2020 Tokyo Olympian with Kelly Clays, now Kelly Chang. Nice shot. Therese is using that shot quite often, that high line shot. When you have that high line and the power that she has, it is so hard to play defense against.
Yeah, and I just like the contact there. It was quick, snappy, a little bit towards the sideline.
Stadium court on a Saturday, standing room only. People crammed in, packed in line, trying to get in any way possible. 15-11, Cannon and Sponcil kind of slowly expanding that lead. Been in complete control, and I think you named it, Cameron, the calm and collected attitude that they have, whether the ball goes their way or not.
It's a nice overhead dig there from Cannon. And the line bounced. I was gonna say, calling the ball mark out of bounds. Brandy's walking over to it. I don't know, I thought it tagged it. I thought the line bounced. Real time. Here's
That
a
ball,
look.
I think that ball was out.
You do? I thought the line bounced.
No, the line was already moving in the wind.
Oh,
that ball's
yeah.
clearly out.
Okay, I gotcha. I gotcha. I agree. The sand, I think, just from the bounce itself made that line move, and plus from the wind. Good point.
That was, they were calling, I believe the head referee thought there was a touch initially. Oh, wow. She's calling it inbounds. And we like to always say it, this crowd is very knowledgeable, and the way they saw it, that ball was probably out of bounds, but it's hard to tell. It's almost as if the umpire needs to make that call, you know? Because in terms of an angle,
yeah.
The head referee has probably the worst angle of all, being on the opposite sideline and the way that ball was traveling.
It's also hard though, because I mean, not saying this is the case, but the down official also is trying to pay attention to net violation.
Yeah.
So how are you supposed to be looking at the net and also looking to your right? It's challenging.
I'm with you. Well, Therese Cannon and Sarah Sponcil both were in search of their first AVP victory about a month ago. They pulled it off in Hermosa Beach. Welcome back to center court here in Hermosa Beach, the women's final. And it's a good one so far, but it's being dominated by Cannon and Sponcil. The big question, can Kelly Chang and Betsy Flint turn this thing around?
Honestly, I'm pretty surprised now. 21-12 in set number 1, 15-10. These two, I think it's just a little bit rare to see stuff like this happen where it's the pass and set gone awry. I don't think I've seen them pass and set like this since they've even been together.
Championship point here on center court in Hermosa. Therese Cannon, Sarah Sponcil have never won on the AVP Tour, trying to make this their first. Great set by Chang. Sponcil has it. A swing for the win. Sarah Sponcil, Therese Cannon, champions in Hermosa. How awesome was that for those two? There's nothing like your first win. And Sarah Sponcil has already won internationally, already been to the Olympics, and finally she adds that AVP championship. And a nice cut by Sponcil right there.
The volleyball continues to be clean and simple on the side of Cannon and Sponcil. And, you know, we've talked so much about their composure and being steady, especially in some of those rallies where maybe things get blocked, maybe things go awry, or maybe there's even an extended dig, but they stay so steady, so connected throughout those transition plays. It's making them a very difficult team to have to face against. And they're just making plays, right? Defensively and from the backcourt to also up at the net. Therese Cannon doing a solid job. We've seen her assert herself here in set number 2.
Oh, what an up by Muno. And she can't finish it off. I haven't seen Sarah Sponcil this fired up in a while.
But again, you go back to it, you see a great dig, you think, oh goodness, the ball's coming back again. But they just decide to make another play after play.
You know, but after, she's really like, there's fist pumps, she's yelling. I think there's a little more on it than we may know about. Who knows? But
don't stoke the fire, Dane.
Love, I would never do what you normally do.
The fake fire, come on now.
I would never start rumors like you. 18-12. And you know what? To kind of put a cap on that, I think at this level, that's the difference. The teams that keep their calm, the teams that have their composure, regardless of what happens, because you're going to have bad plays, you're going to get frustrated. It's how you respond to it. I think Sponcil wanted to go over on 2 there. She thought about it. I could see it. But she did. I think what was the smart thing when you have a player like Therese Cannon, you set her up.
Yeah, you give her a look. Right here. She thought about it and goes, no, partner, get it done.
It's kind of risky, I guess, because Wilkerson could get up there and throw it back.
Also true.
19-12. Nice shot right there by Wilkerson. That'll get him to 13. I don't know what you think, Cameron, but the service pressure from Wilkerson and Muno might need to be turned up a notch.
At this point, trailing by 6. Yeah, I think that's a fair assumption. Because they're just siding out cleanly at this point. I saw 1 or 2 daggers from Brandy Wilkerson from the service line, but that one just on the platform of Cannon.
Yeah, sometimes you come out, you serve the ball tough, and the other team just passes nails. It's match point for Sponcil and Cannon. And Wilkerson puts that one down the line, so just receive serve one time, put it away, and you are moving on. Trying to get to that semi-final. This is the 4th round of the winners. quarterfinal action. Over on one is Zana Muno. Cagey play.
Heads up, Zana Muno sitting in the pocket, turns defense into offense in a single contact.
Here we go, match point for Cannon and Sponcil. One-handed, one-footed run there on the approach, and Zana digs this one. Can Brandy get it up to the net? No, but they do get it over. So for the match, Cannon, soft block, and now this time it's going to be Sponcil. And it's out of reach of Zana Muno, and Sponcil and Cannon will advance to the semifinal. Well played match. Cool, calm, and collected is Cannon and Sponcil, and they really took care of business, Cameron, in that second set especially.
You gotta love the way they came out in set number 2 and went to work. And you also think back to set number 1, what they were able to do. They were trailing for the majority of that. That was Muno and Wilkerson for most of set 1 in terms of the playmakeability. And then right at the end, there was that nice little push. They kept steady, stayed close, and then found some nice success, a couple aces to close out.
Yeah, before starting this one, we had known they had played each other 2 times before, splitting those 2 appearances. And so now Cannon and Sponcil have one up on Wilkerson and Muno, and they did it in pretty dominant fashion. That first set, 22-20, but the second set, they took charge and really never looked back. It was a blocking battle at the net between Therese Cannon and Brandy Wilkerson, and how about that angle by Therese Cannon? Gets sharper and sharper.
It's just so fun to watch her continue to level up time and time again. She's a title winner along with Sarah Sponcil. The question that's going to be interesting is who's going to go back-to-back on the 2022 AVP Tour on the women's side? No 2-time winner to this point, but maybe it's Cannon and Sponcil, not number 1 seed, as you look at their final match stats against Muno and Wilkerson. 290 was the efficiency, the digs up there as well, 32 total. Woo, that's a number compared to the 19 on the other side. But again, you got to pay attention to those blocks. That was the offsetter between those 2 teams.
There's a good look at the brackets. Cannon and Sponcil advance. And next up, Chang and Flint versus Hughes and Kalinsky. So that's the end of the road for Muno and Wilkerson. They'll drop down to the contenders bracket. Cannon and Sponcil moving on.